You're moving into a new venture and actually bringing on a new line of service in remote staffing. And so could you tell us kind of what inspired you to venture into this new line of business and tell us a little bit about that?
Well, remote is remote anywhere. And if someone is I'm based in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If someone's in Scranton, they're remote. Why can't I look for someone halfway around the world who has the skills to do the job? And, the technology exists to allow for that. The workforce is, for lack of a better word, ridiculous in the United States. It's tight. So if I can't find people in the US, why not look elsewhere? And, it just made sense to me to at least explore it. And the more I explored it, the more I realized, hey, this can be a real benefit to us, to our clients, and to the folks that we're employing in different parts of the world who have the skills, if not more skills, than some folks here in the US that might want to do that job.
I think that's an awesome outlook because I think people think it's a zero sum game, where if I take one job, somebody's going to lose a job. But the reality is, where we're headed, I see a lot of this deglobalization where we're actually bringing more manufacturing back in the US. We don't have enough people that are needing for these jobs. And I think we're going to see, and we're already seeing some of this. I just heard this morning that Russia actually shot at some commercial ships this morning. And we don't really understand how fragile our world is, right? We've had this last 50, maybe 80 years of people been able to go around the world and ship products here, there, and everywhere, bring things in from China through 12 different countries, and it's never been a problem. But once you start to see that interruption in international shipping, it throws everything into chaos. Well, we just saw the port strike just a couple of days ago and didn't last very long, but other people were going, am I going to get my deliveries? Am my business going to keep going? So I see a lot of this onshoring for manufacturing, but it allows this opportunity for us to then perhaps augment some of the workforce using some of this remote talent, which will allow us to continue to move forward with hopefully not as much pressure. And I think it can be beneficial. And I heard you talking about this can be beneficial for everybody. It doesn't have to be just beneficial for the owner. What we've seen is this can really be beneficial to all the parties involved. One, the workers love it because they get to work with Americans. And while, that might seem, I don't know what the term is, self-serving or, like, oh, look at us. But we do have a different work culture and people like that. They love working. They get a lot more interaction with people that are higher up than they are so they can gain some more experience. But also we see that the people that are using and employing it, they do well. Their employees do well because then they can then move on to higher value tasks, bringing more value to the organization and also to themselves. And then also the people that use this, their clients do well as well because they're getting the services they need. Oftentimes when you don't have enough staff, you're not getting the service that you need. And so it can affect everybody. And so it can be a great fit for everybody.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Bill, our economy has grown for the last 200 years through immigration. We needed workers in the early part of the 20th century. They immigrated here. The reality is we don't have enough people to do the jobs that we have here. And that's a trend that will continue. And the cool thing is we don't need to rely as much on immigration for many positions that need to be done today because we can just have those people work remotely. There aren't enough people to do the jobs. Immigrants aren't flocking into the country stealing our jobs. It's a fallacy. If that were the case, unemployment would be a lot higher. It's not. So the trickiest part for us is to explain it to customers and clients who don't understand it and are scared that, oh, there's someone in another country that's going to have access to my database or whatever it might be. And it's just an educational thing that will happen much more quickly than I think a lot of people think.